Okay.
Here.
Hi, buddy.
That's Skeeter. I don't know if you remember him.
Yes, hi.
Here's so he I think what happened was he tried to jump the fence to breed the mares because they were in heat, and he hung himself upside down by his hind legs, and um he's just he's trying to heal. His two really bad wounds are they seem to be doing really well, and then this one spot on his leg just started breaking down really bad randomly. And now it's like really icky and infected. Um, and I've gone without antibiotics up until yesterday. I finally got a prescription antibiotic. So this has been a little over 3 weeks.
Okay. Wow.
And he was doing really good, and then that one thing started happening, and
Okay.
I'm
And
really concerned for
oh
sure.
gosh, buddy. Okay. So how overall, what would you say his demeanor is and his attitude and
In the beginning, he was like in really high spirits. He didn't want to be in the indoor arena because that's where he's been living. That's where these two both have been living. But other than that, like he was happy and everything. I would say yesterday and then like he'd be annoyed sometimes. Like he was annoyed with the scene sometimes. And then, but he was managing himself really well. And then, yesterday, I would say that there was more of a down tick in his energy, and that's when he got really sore too. And then of course mine matched that.
yeah. Um,
And I
but
had to talk to the vet. The vet situation has been a nightmare. He hasn't even really been seen by a vet yet. And it's been hard because I've been dealing with osteopaths and trying to um do the best things that I can for it, and then there's like the group of people that like panicked immediately and was like he needs to be on antibiotics immediately, but I didn't have access to them. And even vets were saying like you need to you need to get on antibiotics, and I would say, "Well, can you give me some?" And they'd say no.
why?
So because they won't come out to see him.
Oh,
One that would maybe come out to see him, and there's a whole nother reason why I didn't want her to come out before, because I felt like it was just going to drain my resources with her because she was super expensive and she has an extra charge for coming out to a non-heated barn. And I'm already like, this stuff I'm doing with him is already pretty expensive. So it's like, I didn't want to like panic.
right.
You know what I mean? So it was this back and forth. And then yesterday, I talked to the vet that I really liked, but of course, like it's all doomsday. She's like panicking about super bugs and this and that. And then of course that like weighs on me when I was doing okay with my energy about it. But it's hard for me whenever I talk to the vet about anything ever. So,
I totally get it because they are doomsday and they're oftentimes there's a lot of overcare. It's like I always long for those simplistic vets I used to have out on the ranch where they were like, okay, and this is what we do, and it was so matter of fact, and it wasn't all this
yeah.
extra silliness
Yeah.
going on, which does not help when he heard that from and is exposed to that. So we need to probably work on a little bit of removing that energy of all that doomsday, because I think that really bothered him. Yeah. So how do you feel like right now? Do you think you can do your breathing and just hold space for him? And I'm
Yeah, I definitely have been more like reserved, just trying to like get through this.
okay.
But yeah, I can get better in that right now.
Okay, let me ask you this before we really jump in. Can we meet tomorrow around the same time?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, because I want to see, I want to do some things today and then check with him tomorrow. So
Okay.
let me just write, and you can use the same link tomorrow. Just jump on around 6 or so, about around the same time. I'll
Yeah.
just open the meeting up. So let me just write it down here so I don't forget. Um, so I got so many scattered things on my schedule. Okay. All right. I'm putting that down. All right. So just give me a minute and as best as you guys can there, just do your breathing. We're just going to hold space. And Skeeter, can you help us out?
He's been very helpful.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm just going to see what I'm picking up. So just give me just a minute or two of, I'm just going to be quiet and see what I get here. And just say his name 3 times for me. I just want to connect.
Moon, moon, moon.
And is there anything in particular you want to ask him or you want to
Um,
tell him or say or address? So I make sure I cover it.
I'm not sure. I've been just very confused throughout this whole thing, just trying to keep everything straight, and
Okay.
I don't have anything like
All right.
just other than like what he needs
Okay. That's good.
from
And we need to cleanse ourselves of the vet energy.
yeah.
It's really doomsday. They work in, I don't know why they do that. And it's not helpful. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna check in with him and see what he thought about that. He's kind of saying, they tell me I'm no good. I'm gonna be. Okay, buddy, it's up to you if you want to heal. There we go. Good, Skeeter. You can help him. Skeeter feels like he's got a very positive outlook.
He has, yeah.
Like, I'm good. I can do this.
Been watching over him when he takes his little naps and stuff too.
Oh, thank you, Skeeter. Okay. And let's go through. I'm going to have Moon ask him if he wants to let go of that energy that the vets put in. They put in some really, it's almost like they want to have a negative thing happen just to prove a point or something. So let's let that go if you're ready, buddy. Okay. Here you go. You can let all that go. I get that I will not have a vet come out unless it's dire.
Hmm.
Or I need to have a horse put down because they're not helpful. Okay. He's kind of shut down, so I'm gonna see if we can get the energy moving again through him. There you go. Good boy. Can you show us anything? Anything you need to say? Sometimes there's a little bit of like what they said, it kind of stuck where does this mean this is how I'm always going to be? because sometimes he
Yeah.
hasn't had a major injury before, has he? Or anything
He
like
has, yeah, he
this,
has.
this big?
Um, it was close.
Okay, so let's use that one and tell him, remember how that one and you got through it?
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't stay forever. Okay, I'm just gonna run through and see if we can push out some of that. Just telling him how to breathe here and push out some of that negative proclamations that were made or thoughts. Okay, good, Skeeter. Yeah, it's good that you have Skeeter because that he's gonna be the bright spot of, yeah,
Yeah.
just let it go. You don't have to hold that. Okay. Have you been doing any other kind of therapies on this injury?
Um, I've just been making like the physical part of it, yes, and then like as much as I know how to do
Okay,
and getting advice from other people that are really smart with stuff like that. And then I've been doing just a little bit of like craniosacral
okay.
therapy. Um, and I I'm definitely at a point with the way that his leg has broken down that like just the visual side of it, even that now that I've seen it once,
Hmm.
is like really scary. Like I have that like fear. And like before that happened, um I was feeling pretty good. Like I was still scared, but like looking at it and seeing it like everything heal every day was
Yeah.
good, and I was able to kind of deal
Uh,
with it and like more sore and he's more infected and it just I'm trying really hard to not like bring that here, but I know I am bringing it here.
okay. So the back is really hot. I'm just kind of doing from here. Which one is the one that it's breaking down?
The front.
Okay. It's so weird. I wonder if, because he just has me keep going back to the back leg. Okay, yeah, I see it. I see it, Betty. You can let that go when you're ready. The back one is actually really hot. Um, just above
Okay.
the pastern. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through and just show him how to move the energy back through there, get that congestion. It's almost like the energy's sunken. We're gonna go to this one first. So sometimes I work on the one that's not the worst one first, because that way it
Okay.
eats up everything. So I'm just gonna think about that energy moving through. Oh, it's really hot down by I'm trying to think of what, because I'm not there in person. I haven't done one like this on the video, but it's like really hot. Um, and I'm trying to get a location here, but it probably doesn't matter that much. I just want to see if we can get that through. He's holding a little bit of anger from you around the vet, so if you can let that go too, as we're just breathing that, just let it go. I'm just going to see if we can, I'll just go get that moving through there. There we go. Just moving the energy through. Yeah. He's saying, why do they say stuff like that? And it's because that's how they get their money. It's funny because now I'm getting a little bit of pain in my right shoulder. Okay. But just hang out. I'm just going to get the energy moving back through here. It's actually funny how the back feels hot, the front feels cold. It should be the opposite, you would think. But
Yeah.
But there we go. Good boy. Good boy. Look at him trying to go on point. This is good
Yeah.
boy. Good boy. So we have to get that inner balance back. Good boy. Okay, it's feeling not as bad. Okay, you can let go of anybody's energy that they put in you. Anything they said, you can let it go when you're ready. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. Oh, good job. You can do it. He's trying his hardest to, okay, because we need that
He's
inner
trying.
balance first. Okay,
He
good.
usually stands like with that front foot more forward, so I can see what he's trying to do there.
Yeah. But he's trying to come in balance. That was good.
He is,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm gonna scan up from the front here. Let's see what that feels like. I'm just gonna get it moving there. Yeah, that one's hot too, actually. Okay, so let's get that moving through. He says it's hot and cold. So there's a cold spot more toward the back of that front leg, and the hot
Mhm.
is more toward the front of it. Yeah, okay. We're gonna get that moving through. So whichever way it is, we need to get the energy to that spot so that it can heal. So we're gonna bring in some nice, bring in your healing energy. Okay. It's funny how and it may be from the posture he's having to stand in, it feels like it's really um, affecting like around his withers and it's tight.
I did notice that after this first happened, it seemed like oh, good job.
Good boy. There you go. Good boy.
Seemed like his scapulas were out of place
Okay. Yeah. I
when
would
after, yeah,
um I'm
because
just
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
gonna say he was all banged up. It wasn't just like these two cuts. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he was had almost cleared the fence and
Wow.
then was just in a predicament.
Oh boy. There we go. You got
And he did develop rhabdo in his kidneys.
uh-huh.
So his kidneys and his urinary tract has definitely been through it. Um,
Good boy. Good
so
boy.
I don't know if that's helpful at all, but
Yeah.
to know that
Oh,
he came through really well.
oh
That
good.
was very impressive.
Good boy. So I think today I'm just going to try to get his energy moving back through because he really stopped it, especially mid barrel. It's like and which is normal if you're in pain and stuff, you're gonna kind of suck in and stop your energy flow. But that's
That's where mine has been stuck the last couple days,
okay.
like right up, like almost like somebody has a tourniquet like around right under between my ribs and my belly button, and my
Okay.
food has been stopping there, and I've had like stabbing pains.
Okay. All right, so we got to get both of you guys moving through there. So you may be picking up some of his, so just sit in your breath here now. And all you need to do is just imagine that a clean breath, healing breath coming up through your feet and in your body and going through that spot. There we go. Good boy. And just kind of gently massaging it as that breath comes in. Just gently massage that area. Gonna see if we can open it up. So he's two separate horses right now, the back and the front. And so we need to get everything going. Yeah, I know you're doing good, Moon. You're okay. And I like to do a little at a time with this. It's like, let's get the energy moving first. There we go. Good boy. You can do it. And what you can do here in your imagination is just see it as it's healed in its final healed state. There we go. So we don't get him
I'm
stuck.
having a I'm having a hard time picturing the one that I'm like more worried about, like in
Yeah.
my visionary part of it. Um, I'm having a hard time picturing what that's gonna look like in like a healed, like it's getting healed, you know what I mean?
Right. So let me do that part then. You just breathe here. I'm going to do that visualization for him then. Okay. There we go. Good boy. That's a very good job there. Boy, you can do it. It's like it kind of got the belief system about whether he can get past this got kind of crushed a little
Mm.
bit here. So that's a
Yeah.
very important part of healing. As part of my, actually part of my PhD studies was like, what is our belief system? So we're gonna have to kind of restore his belief system about it. So I'm gonna go through and do that by just picturing what it looks like when it's good again. Just moving that energy through.
Good.
There we go. Boy, the fact that he's pretty square here is good. That's good.
Yeah. I haven't seen him stand his front like that
I
in
know.
a long time.
This
So
is good. So right now I'm just tonight gonna get energy moving through, feeling the calmness, because to heal too, we need to have that, those endorphins kick in and have the body relax, feel good.
yeah.
There you go. So that's what I'm going to focus on here is that let's get back to where we release some endorphins. And good or bad, I haven't felt any emotional stuff from him. And I don't know if it's because he's shut down or if he's just not that emotional about it.
He's not a very emotional horse in general.
Okay.
He has around since so when I broke him, um he was it wasn't like he even needed breaking. He was just like good to go.
Yeah.
He had a lot of emotions about his feet being picked up and handled.
Okay.
And he still does when I trim him.
Okay.
But other than that, like, and if it doesn't have to do with his feet, he's a very easy, steady Eddie. I mean, he has spirit to him, like he
Right.
can get rambunctious even, but he's not like definitely not emotional. I
Okay.
wouldn't call him. So
This is good though that he's not kind of getting into that catastrophizing like the vets do. Oh my God, they're
yeah,
the worst. They must learn that in a special class at school. I don't know. Makes me nuts.
you know.
And then I think, well, you weren't on a ranch. You didn't get to see stuff. I mean, just amazing stuff that horses or cattle healed from in the ranch.
I've been trying to keep that in my head, and then last night when this, after I got done talking to the vet, and then I took my turn in the being catastrophizing about it, I went on YouTube and was looking at like all of the amazing benefits of manuka honey and colloidal silver and maggot therapy and like all that stuff. So it was like helping me like remember that all the stuff that we're doing is really good. And that kind of helped me turn it back around.
Yeah. And I that's a good way to look at it because I think when with veterinarians, they're so stuck in like one treatment modality. And they know deep down they know that's not going to always work, but they're afraid to kind of go to these other.
That she wants me to switch ointments and I don't think I'm going to.
Okay.
Um,
Let's ask him
'Cause
which one. So tell me, or just think about the first one. Let me see what it feels like when it's just throw out a couple names and don't tell me which is which. Just give me a name of one of them.
um For what I'm putting.
Yeah, like the one
So
you're
I'm
using
putting
and the one they want to do.
it's the Manuka honey and the silver and the oral iodine and the French green clay and a little bit of oregano is the mixture.
Okay, so here's what you can do. I'm getting that it would help him. Those things are good, but put in an energy, like when you're putting them on, like put them on with an energy of it's healing. It's
Yeah.
like add another ingredient to it, which is energetic. It's like
Okay.
it's it's soothing, it's healing, it's restoring. I'm getting a big no on the other thing. The other thing, you can tell me what the name of it is if you know. I see what.
I can't, it's like Anamax or something. It's like
Okay.
a really strong wound care ointment
It
that's
feels
already
like
pre-made.
that's too too something. It's too harsh. It's too, he said clinical. That's funny.
Yeah.
Too, yeah, sometimes I think, ingredients, they can do all these studies, but then it's not created with an idea of healing behind it. It's created with just an idea of it's a production or money. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying these other things can work just as well. When I look at the things that you're doing, I get a really soft, like healing, nourishing, nurturing kind of feel from them. That one feels hard, and I keep getting the word clinical. It's like
Yeah.
it's all they got is what.
Right. And when I watched the YouTube videos, like specifically about the Manuka honey, they explain they're like, okay, it stimulates the stem cell production, it
Right.
stimulates white blood cell production, um, and it nourishes, it keeps like it can be used on any wound. It's not like something you have to pick a protocol depending on the wound. It's just good. It kills bacteria and it like penetrates very deeply.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that like listening to that and the explanation of it was helping me a lot. Like,
Yeah, because it feels really good.
mhm.
It feels really, and I'm just showing him that in the thing that it's funny because it's made with love. It's like I wouldn't think of bees as love, but
Yeah,
maybe it is. Maybe that's what their job is. Maybe we don't understand that that's what they're creating that honey for. That's what their purpose is. Okay, and I'm just gonna show him how that penetrates and it coats and it soothes. And it's got that, I never thought of bee love in it. That's what they're saying, bee love in it. Okay, just showing him. Yeah, showing him restoring to original. That's, and again, I'm not doing anything to him. I'm just showing him what these things are. What is the energy in that? And all the while here, I've been keeping his energy moving through. I'm going to check the heat here in a second again. That feels better. I have my eyes closed so I can see what he's doing. Just felt like a big sigh. Hi, Skeeter. Hmm. He says not to freak out, that it might take a while.
Yeah.
Okay, just stay with it. Just give him encouragement. Keep the negative comments out of your mind, if possible. Skeeter says he'll take them and fix them. So you can tell Skeeter, it's like, Skeeter, you can take any of the negative, because he knows what to do with them. He says, I got it. I got,
Yeah.
oh, you got it. Uh-huh. You know how to get rid of that stuff? All right. All right. I'm just gonna check. It feels like overall his energy may be more relaxed here. Maybe some endorphins kicking in. Good boy. Get the balance back in your body. I see that, buddy. Okay. You can let go of anything you don't need. Okay. I just got an image. I'm supposed to imagine, or even you, imagine that breath energy has the honey on it. Like we're going to go internal with it. So we're just going to grab some of the energy that's on that honey, that exists in the honey, and attach it to the breath as it moves through his body. So we're going to go coat from the inside and from the outside.
I just want to let you know that my phone is down to 5%, but I can let you know when it gets like close to dying.
Why don't we just, this is good. Why don't we plan on reconvening tomorrow?
Okay.
And same time, same place,
That would be awesome.
and we'll see what is going on.
Okay.
Great. And please take care of yourself. I want to give you a big hug.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, before we go, so I'm going tonight, driving 2 hours to pick up his antibiotics.
Okay.
Um, I was like against it up until yesterday. Um, I think it's the right thing at this point.
I would definitely do it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a tough one for me because when I was septic, I that was the right choice for me, but it just wreaked havoc on my system for like a year.
No. Do you know
So
what
I'm
kind
really
they're giving him or not?
SMZ.
Okay.
It's the broad spectrum one.
Yeah.
So,
It just feels like it feels like that's a choice, because I think it's gone far enough that it needs extra boost, and I guess deal with those after effects. Um,
and I know how to help his gut health. It will just probably be 6 months of helping it, but I can do that.
okay. Because he said this is going to be a long time. So that, let's just, if you have that in your mind, then it doesn't freak you out if you go, okay, this is going to be a commitment here. Um, and yeah, all right. So before you die,
I always have it in my head of like antibiotics are for emergencies, and yesterday I felt like an emergency.
yeah, I'm feeling that too. It's like we need that extra stuff. So good. Yeah, definitely, I would say. So, okay. All right. Well, before your phone goes, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much for making time for us.
Absolutely. All right. You guys take care.
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye.